Right guys, more questions coming at you. Great question from Steve here. I love this question, talking about distances and how amateurs perceive their distances. Let's give him an answer. Let's get stuck in. Right, great question from Steve here. Hi Mark, reading the average driving distance on the European Tour, I play a 5 and my average distance with my driver is 260 to 270. Ian Poulter has an average of 274. In your experience, do amateurs think they hit it further than they do in reality? Great question, Steve. 100% yes. I do gap testings and I always ask what distance do you hit this club before I give them the number. And players are always overestimating what distance they hit their club. A few reasons. I think there's ego involved. Well, I don't think I know there's ego involved. Why do you think drivers sell so well? Driver videos are always the most watched. Ego involved? Possibly. I also think people don't understand rollouts and stops. So when I do gap testings, we're talking about carry. So we're talking about how far that ball would carry. We then talk a little bit about land angles and what might happen in certain situations, because situations will change, with that kind of land angle. So maybe if you're hitting a 4-iron that's landing at X angle, I would expect on a kind of level ground, medium turf it to roll out 8 yards, 10 yards. So bear that in mind, but know your carry for getting it over the bunker, over the water, over whatever. Yes, they always overcook how far they hit it. Because they're working in that bounce. I mean, it used to be a hole where I used to play, and it measured 214 yards, par 3, pretty flat, so maybe a fraction uphill, maybe 5 yards uphill at most. And it's a call through par 3. You get on it and you have to call people through. You're playing a medal. When I was an amateur, 215, no one would reach the green. You call people through and you could stand on the green. Unless you got one of the kind of category 1 players on there, you would move off. The rest of them you could almost stand pin eye, because the best people are doing are bouncing at the front and rolling up through, like when I've played there for years as an amateur. You ask these people how far they hit it, they're tired at 250. That hole measures 215 and they're hitting drivers and they're not reaching. Do you see what I mean? Now, the next hole, after this hole, the fairway used to bake. The hole measured like 306. They would hit a shot and have 40 yards in. So yes, they've hit that one 260. The hole before, that hole was always, it was kind of slightly sunken down from the other one, and the pre-run up was always quite spongy. They were carrying the same distance and getting 50 yards more roll out of it. So they're saying, oh, I hit that 260. You don't hit your driver 260. It can roll out to 260. So I hit my driver on average between 250 to 270 carry subject to strike, maxing out at kind of 280 at the very, very most. That's a rare one. I hit drives over 300 yards. I know I get rolled out. If you give me a 300-yard carry, I'm not taking that on. You give me a 260-yard carry, I'm thinking of taking it on. Thinking. Because I know that's maxing me out. You give me a 245 carry, I'm taking it on. Subject to weather and wind and those kind of things. Yes, people always overcook their distances, and I think lots of people don't really understand their distances. When I do gap testings with people, they're great sessions, really educate them in how far they hit the ball. And the other thing it really shows them is how inconsistent they are short and long with their shots, which I've always think is an interesting one. Where they're always monitoring left and right, where actually short and long is often where big improvements can be made for lots of people. Great question. Thanks for finding out. Post comments down below. Do you hit the ball the distance you say you do, or are you overcooking it or not? I'd love to know. Have you had a gap test and found out your distance were quite different to what you thought they were? Love to hear. Share as always. Speak to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show. Get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.